Hello friends! Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Today I'm excited because I thought it would be fun for us to celebrate the fall season together with a great fall makeup look that works especially well for those of us over 50. As you can see, I'll be applying most of my makeup as I demonstrate this fall makeup look in just a few moments. If this is your first time here, please let me extend a very special welcome. My name is Elise, and this channel's mission is to help those of us over 50 look like the very best version of ourselves. Just recently, I heard a woman say that for many of us older women, the safer option is to stay small and to let ourselves blend into the woodwork a little bit. But as a professional working and well over 50 makeup artist, I'm here to say that we can absolutely look on the outside how we feel on the inside by using techniques and products that work for us now. So if this sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll stay with us and join our really wonderful family by subscribing. And if you subscribe and also hit that bell icon below the video, you'll also be notified each Thursday when a new video is available. And I thank you so very much if you choose to do so. So let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. What first comes to your mind when you think of fall? Perhaps images of gorgeous reds, purples, oranges, and yellow fall foliage, or maybe Halloween family traditions. Or maybe it's the chance to pull out your favorite scarves, boots, and sweaters. For others of us, it might be cozy fires on cool nights, or maybe even hot apple cider and pumpkin spice lattes. I know that's my weakness. Fall certainly is a season drenched in tradition, which celebrates comfort, protection, preservation, and letting go, a real time of change and transformation. And it's also a time we can enjoy thumbing through magazines or going online to check out fall fashion and makeup trends. Some of the trends this fall we may or may not want to incorporate. They include extra heavy eyeliner above the lash line and sometimes way above the lash line, rainbow eyeshadow looks, and crystal embellishments around the eyes. Those trends may work on the fashion runways, but I think most of us are more likely to adapt the more wearable trends to our own style rather than to just look trendy. But there are a few trends this fall that we may feel a little more comfortable with, including a fresh-faced all-over radiance and maybe even some iridescent eyeshadow on the eyelids. Today, we'll focus on 4 fun, timeless, and wearable ways we can amp up our look for the fall. First, I'll talk about these 4 ways and then I'll demonstrate them. So the first thing we can do to look fabulous this fall is to do something that's always in style, and that's wearing the colors of the season. Fall colors can look absolutely stunning on us. So let's take a few minutes now and just have some fun checking out some of these amazing fall colors in some very special eyeshadow palettes. First, we're going to look at Urban Decay's Born to Run palette, which debuted 2.5 years ago. Many of you may already have this palette, and it is a permanent palette in Urban Decay's makeup line, so it is still available. For those of you with blue or brown eyes, gorgeous light and medium orange shades like Still Shot in the top row and Baja in the center row can look absolutely gorgeous. Let me show these to you. Here is Still Shot, and here is Baja. There are also some light, medium, and deep browns in the top row with the colors Weekender, Riff, and Good Is Gone, which can work for really all eye colors. Here is Weekender, here's Riff, and this very deep color is Good Is Gone. For those of you with brown, green, or hazel eyes, there are some light and medium toned pinky plums with the colors Hellride at the end of the middle row and Wild Heart at the end of the bottom row, as well as a dark warm brown with Punk. Here is Hellride, Wild Heart is just below Hellride, and here's the deeper color Punk. And then in the bottom corner, on the other side of the palette, there are some absolutely gorgeous light to medium greens and blue greens with Wanderlust, Big Sky, and Radio, which can be especially beautiful for those of us with gray or brown eyes. Here's Wanderlust, down below it is Big Sky, and here's Radio. With Anastasia of Beverly Hills' Jackie Aina palette, there's some medium and deep purples with Shookington on the bottom row and Bigwig in the middle of the top row. Here is Shookington, and here is Bigwig. There's also a light orangey brown with ginger on the far side of the bottom row, a deeper burnt orange called Edges in the bottom row, and a gorgeous metallic orange red called Wigglies, which is toward one end of the bottom row. Here is ginger, this is Edges, and here's that gorgeous shade Wigglies. In addition, you'll find a deep brown called Credit in the top row. And here's that deep brown called Credit. And these next two palettes I've talked about and demonstrated in two previous videos. One video focused on 4 different looks with this Viseart Dark Mattes palette. Here is the Viseart palette. And the other video showcased this Artemis palette from Alter Ego, which is a dupe for Natasha Denona's Metropolis palette. Here's the Artemis palette, and here's what the Artemis palette looks like inside. As you saw, there are a lot of golden shades in the Artemis palette, which look particularly good on those of us with hazel and blue eyes. And I'll put a link to both of these videos in the description box below in case you want to check them out. And last, let's look at this smaller Huda Beauty palette called Mauve Obsessions. There's some fabulous shades in here that feel wonderfully appropriate for fall. There are lighter and deeper mauve shades in this palette, both metallic and matte, as well as a light cream shade to mid to deeper tone browns. So you can really do a whole eye look with this one small palette. As I film this, all of these smaller palettes are on sale on the Huda Beauty website, and hopefully they might still be on sale now as you're watching this video. There aren't any names to these shades, but let me swatch a few of these so you can see them. Here's what the palette looks like. And here's that wonderful range of colors from light to medium to deep tones. But for our look today, which I'll be doing shortly, I'm going to be using a palette that dates back a few years, the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The second thing that we can do to amp up our look is to wear gorgeous fall colors on our lips. And since I have a cool undertone to my skin, I'm going to be going with a deep burgundy color. I could also go with a deep blue-red as well. And for those of you with a warm skin undertone, think about going with a slightly deeper color that will work with your particular undertone, perhaps a deeper peach or coral, or maybe even an orange-red. And those of you with a neutral undertone could certainly go with a not quite so intense color in the corals, pinks, or plums. And if you aren't sure of the undertone of your skin, I've included in the description box below a link to a video which will help you determine the undertone of your skin. Next, number 3, we can create an all-over radiant look to our skin, and then number 4, we can go with a slightly deeper blush that coordinates with our lip color. So I'm going to go ahead and play with some of these gorgeous colors in the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow palette. I've already done my eyebrows and applied eye primer, so let's dive into trying out a look from this palette. Here's what the palette looks like, and here's the wonderful array of gorgeous fall colors in this palette. As you can see, there's a real range from very light creams to beiges to warm toned browns. And there's some beautiful light orange and deeper orange and red shades as well. So I just realized my camera wasn't recording what I first was doing, but let me show you the colors that I was using. I was using golden ochre first in the crease area, and then right below it is burnt orange, and I deepened up the crease with this color. And now I'm going to do some blending. So here you can see what these two colors look like so far. I've created sort of a golden look with a little touch of orange. Now I'm going to go in with this deeper orange shade called Rilgar. And by the way, the names in this palette all relate to Renaissance art, which is kind of fun. As you can see, I'm deepening up this crease area, and you can see it looks a little bit deeper than the other eye at this point. Now, fall colors are gorgeous oranges, browns, some green left also on the trees, as well as reds and maroons. So after I blend this in, I'm going to go with some deeper red colors. Now, I certainly could leave it at this, but I do want to deepen up the outer corners of my eyes and the outer edge of my eyelids and add a little bit of touch of gorgeous reds. So I'm going to combine Love Letter, which is this deeper red color, and I'm going to mix it with Venetian Red. Just going to put a little bit of it on the outer corner of my eye. Then I'm going to take this thicker, denser brush and I'm going to stamp some of this deeper red color on the outer corner. Definitely tamping off my brush. And then some more blending. Once I blended it in the crease, the outer crease area, as well as the outer eyelid area, I'm going to again carry that up just a little bit. Not real far. Because I do want the yellow and the orange to really show up above. I'm going to tilt my head back so I can see if I've blended in as thoroughly as I should, and a little bit more blending here. Now I'm going to take this denser flat brush and I'm going to pick up this lighter color right here, tempera. And I'm going to go across my eyelid area with this color. Also going to bring it up under the arch of the eyebrow. Really packing it on this area. Also in the inner corner of my eye. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this gorgeous Vermeer color, which has a little bit of a metallic sheen to it, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner of my eyelid. This is what that color looks like. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of Love Letter on my finger and just add a little bit more of that to the outer corner. I want there to be a gradient from light color to a little bit of this red color. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this deep brown shade, Cypress Umber, and put that just on my outer corner, and I'm going to use it as my eyeliner as well. Just going to deepen up this outer corner area with the brown. Ooh, it's quite a bit of fallout. I'll clean that up later. This is why I do my eyes first, and I'll do some blending. Then I'm going to take this angled brush and use it for my eyeliner. I certainly don't see well, so what I'm doing is just going as close to my lash line as possible. And because I'm using a brush, it's so much more forgiving. Then I'm taking this lighter antique bronze color and I'm going to mix it just a little bit with that deeper brown and use that on the outer 1/3 of my bottom lid. And I'm just going to lift it at the end a little bit. I'm also mixing a little bit of the antique bronze with warm taupe, just to give it a little bit lighter look. When I clean up, I want to have a nice line going straight up without any eyeshadow coming below it. So that's a good way to get a really nice lift to our eyes. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my eyeliner and also apply some mascara, and I'll be right back. So I've gone ahead and added my mascara, both to the top and the bottom lashes. And next I'm going to apply some face primer, Eve Pearl's Priming Moisturizer Treatment, and a foundation that creates a lovely soft glow. Anastasia of Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 320N. I'm first going to use some of this heavier coverage Beyond Perfecting foundation from Clinique just on the inner part of my face. Just going to dab it on. This is where I have the most redness, so I want a little bit heavier coverage here and also on my predominant age spot as well. And a little bit also for the age spots along my jawline. Then I'm going to take this Anastasia of Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation and dot it on the perimeter of my face. I'm using my Eve Pearl foundation brush and blending these in. Start with the inner part of my face where I have the Beyond Perfecting, and then going to the outer part of my face where I have the Anastasia foundation. And I'm going to bring it down under my neck area. I think you can see a little bit more of a glow on the perimeter of my face where I applied the Anastasia foundation. I also applied it on my forehead, and I think you can see a little bit more glow there as well. I've added some contour and concealer off camera, and now we're going to focus on bringing the whole look together. And we'll do this by applying a gorgeous fall-colored lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss, followed by blush. First, I'm going to apply my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer around the edge of my lips, which helps prevent my lipstick from feathering. And then I'll follow that with my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner in Bold Orchid. And following that, my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lipstick in Perfect Burgundy. My lip gloss will be my Huda Beauty Lip Gloss in Mystical. This is my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, which I'm going to put around the edge of my lips. And I'm going to blend it in so it goes into those fine lines around my lip area. And next I'm going to apply my L'Oreal Age Perfect Lip Liner and my lipstick. And so my lipstick will stay on longer and be more long wearing. I also applied some lip liner to the inner part of my lips as well. I also decided to apply a little bit of my Milani Violet Volt lip color. And as you can tell, the lip gloss really brightens up the lip color. For my blush, I'm actually going to use a very light dab of my lip color, and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand along with my 72-hour Clinique Moisture Surge Moisturizer. Then I'm going to pick both of them up with my brush and apply. I'm going to take this angled stippling brush, and I'm going to absorb all the lipstick onto the brush along with a little bit of the moisturizer. And then I'm going to just lightly apply to the middle part of my cheekbones. Next, I'll put on a final light application of YBF's Cream Highlighter and also some Laura Mercier translucent powder in my T-zone. And here's my Laura Mercier powder. To make sure that everything blends together perfectly, I'm going to use my Real Techniques dampened makeup sponge to go over all the edges. And then I'll apply a very light coat of Hourglass's Ambient Light Ghost Edit Palette Blush, Highlight, and Finishing Powder. And go over all the edges of my blush, my highlight, and my contour, just to make sure that it all blends together with no hard edges anywhere. Then I'm going to use my Hourglass Ghost Edit palette And in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see two finishing powders. I'm going to combine those, use them all over my face. And then the far right on the top, you'll see a strobe highlighter. I'll use a tiny bit of that. And then in the middle bottom row, as well as on the far right, you'll see blushes. And I'll add just a tiny bit of those as well. First, I'm going to add the blush. Just a tiny bit. A little goes a very long way with this. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of the highlight, just very lightly here. And finally, I'm mixing together the two finishing powders, and I'm going to just apply them lightly all over, very lightly. And just to bring things together, I'm going to take a little bit of the blush and bring it up here and across my nose. I did one more run over my whole face with my dampened makeup sponge, and I think now we're done. So let's take a look at the completed look. I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some inspiration to play with some gorgeous fall colors. If you did enjoy our time together today, I would so appreciate it if you'd give this video a thumbs up. And I also hope that in the comments section below that you'll also share with us some of your favorite things about fall, as well as some of your favorite fall makeup products and colors. Thank you so very much for sharing the gift of your time with me today, and I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.